Welcome back to another bright and beautiful day that definitely isn't like 2 minutes after I finished recording the last one, because I'm not out of my slump yet, but I am too stubborn for this. And I would just like to point out that I did actually unlock something last time. I beat the boss rush as Isaac, so, don't have to do that again. And right back to it. Today, we will be discussing the general history of the New Testament, because I figure it's appropriate. It's like another two-parter, kind of. So this is not getting into anything controversial in the New Testament. This isn't going to talk about anything that's super in-depth either. It's just a sort of general overview. I know I've done another episode like this, specifically where I talked about the general overview of the Bible, but this is more of a narrative overview of the New Testament. I hope it suits your fancy. Oh, hi there. I hope you give me the Anarchist Cookbook. Then I can re-roll it. I'm not sure what into, actually. It might actually just stay as the Anarchist Cookbook. Well, you didn't give it to me anyway, so it doesn't matter. So the New Testament, a collection of stories about Jesus or the early church or specific early churches, and also the book of Revelations, all written in Greek, with almost none of it that isn't in Greek. I suppose saying Abba, Father is Aramaic. Well, I'm larger and I have a seraphim. Seraphim is great. I will gladly accept that. Not thrilled about being larger, but maybe I could get larger 5 times, you know? Ooh, very nice. What do we have? What do we have? A lot more coins. A lot more coins. Very well. Yeah. Don't try to pull that on me again. Just checking the time. I'm still paranoid about trying to unlock the Forgotten. Is paranoid the right word? I don't know. I mean, that's okay. It's a soul heart and luck and range. I'll take it, I suppose. So the central figure of the New Testament is, of course, Jesus Christ. Christ is not his last name, by the way. Christ effectively means king. Specifically anointed one, but that is, again, an idiom for king, so that is 2 mom items in a row. I'll take that. My charges! We're going fast today. I don't know why. I guess I'm still impatient. Ooh, the sun. Freeze, scum! Let's see, but before we get to Jesus, we need to talk about John the Baptist. So John the Baptist is a character who starts all of the... I will take damage, yes please. Who starts the New Testament stories, the Gospels. He is someone who strongly resembles Elijah, a key figure in the Old Testament. Yeah, what do you have? Not much. Oh. Well. Gross. No, get out of here. Give me something better. So, John the Baptist is known for baptizing people. That is, he takes a whole bunch of people down into the waters of the Jordan River and supposedly washes them, or sprinkles them with water, or dunks them in. Who knows? Not clear. Baptism is a separate topic of conversation for another day. But regardless, he does a whole lot of this, and it's in, he does it specifically saying that, he's here because of God, and he's encouraging people to repent of their sins. Whoa. Whoa, Nelly. No? Oh. According to the Gospel of Luke, and only the Gospel of Luke, John the Baptist is actually the cousin of Jesus. Okay, hold on. I need to go re-roll that cursed, the red chest item first. Just in case he gives me damage. Ooh! Ghost pepper! And I will also, I think, accept this chest. I want to see what's in there. You can't hide from me forever. More bombs, and something's wrong. That's fine, that's fine. So then Jesus appears at one of John the Baptist's baptisms, and the Holy Spirit descends on him. It's apparently quite the spectacle. Whoa. Alright. And then he starts his ministry. Now, at this time, he's already 30 years old-ish. There's a story from his childhood. There's two different birth narratives between Matthew and Luke. So, I mean, he's not a complete stranger, really, unless you're reading either the Gospels of Mark or John, in which case he is kind of a stranger. But he shows up and he starts his ministry, and his ministry is weird, because he spends a whole lot of time hanging out with the poor and social outcasts, befriending them and telling them that, well, first of all, performing miracles, miraculously healing them, for one. Yes. And I guess that's all I need. Where were you again? 48-hour energy? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, yeah, he spends a whole lot of time with the social outcasts and with people that are ritually unclean, which is a big no-no in Judaism. And he supposedly performs a whole bunch of miracles to heal them. A lot of people believe, but not everyone does. He has quite a few enemies, particularly, I will just take that as is. Particularly from the Pharisees, who are kind of the religious zealots, and also nationalists, because Israel is under Rome's authority at this point in history, and they don't like it very much. They do not approve. But Jesus, despite claiming to be the Messiah, a character who a lot of people believed would get them out from under Roman occupation, Jesus was not really about war. He was much more concerned with the spiritual health and moral health of people than any political boundaries, which really upset the Pharisees. He also personally turned down a few invitations from the Pharisees for hanging out with them at parties. I mean, that's a light way of putting it, but it's true. Now, there are some other reasons why the Pharisees really didn't like Jesus, what he was claiming to, that he claimed to be, God himself, is blasphemy. These are just great items. I didn't need to fix my slump. The game fixed its slump. That's what happened. And with this build, with enough luck, I could easily go to Hush. Which is a scary thought. Ooh, yes, please. Where's a flame? Give me a flame. There we go. Alright, that's fine. I can deal with that. Do I want to re-roll that? I'll say no. I still have 2 more potential shops that are both going to end up being greed somehow. So the things Jesus claims about himself, particularly being God in the flesh, is blasphemy. Unless he's, speaking the truth. I'll probably get into why that's blasphemy at a later date. Just note that the Pharisees had some legitimacy to why they didn't approve of Jesus, and only some. And I will take that too. This is just... lighten HP up, I'll take that too. Wow. This game is easy. And if I really wanted to, I could re-roll the next key that I get. I'm gonna go pick up these pennies and then head out. There. So, Jesus has this pretty big ministry. He picks 12 disciples that he personally teaches everywhere he goes. Sorry, I wasn't speaking directly into the mic there. And they're always pretty slow on the uptake, generally. But again, most of his ministry is in healing the poor, or feeding them, or caring about them. When so much of the rest of the society wants nothing to do with them. He also focused a lot on women, on healing and honoring women, more so than you'd expect from this particular time and culture, rather. Let's see. I guess that's as much depth as I want to go into as far as Jesus' ministry itself. But of course, the Pharisees plot to kill him. And they use the Roman government to do that effectively, which is very ironic for several reasons that I won't get into now. The blue candle. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick it up, and then I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna re-roll. And I don't particularly like either of those. 2 of diamonds! Very nice. Let's get this back up to 99. So, Jesus is crucified, which is a Roman form of execution, specifically revered, what word am I trying to say? Reserved? that word. Reserved for, traitors to the Roman state. But they end up, the Jews, the Pharisees especially, end up convincing Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor at the time, to crucify him anyway, even though he's hasn't really done anything wrong. Nothing deserving, treason, death by cross. But he's crucified, and then according to the Gospels, he is raised up from the dead 3 days later, and his ministry explodes after that point, because I kind of forgot to mention Judas Iscariot, the disciple of his who betrays him. I don't want any of these items, really. But anyway, you're probably familiar with Judas already. Sissy Longlegs! Also, I probably should have looked in that devil deal. Oh well. And I suppose I'll take these after all. Let's see. So, Judas, how do I put this? Control Alt Delete. Oh. After the guilt of what he has done. Having betrayed Jesus for... Oh. What's down? Fire rate and damage? I'm fine with that. Having betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver, which is, by the way, the, I believe the cost of a slave? No. It's, not quite. It's the price you're supposed to pay the owner of a slave if you accidentally kill the slave. It's something like that. I need you to give me an item. This is important. So the remaining 11 disciples meet Jesus after he is resurrected. Depending on the gospel, Jesus also teleports around. There we are. Do I want that one? Or do I want a different one? I suppose I'll take this one. And then, according to the Book of Acts, the last thing... not sure what I was expecting trying to do that. I guess I was just being fancy. I should stop being reckless, though. The last thing that Jesus does on Earth is, floats up to heaven after telling his disciples to make more disciples of all the nations. No, thank you. I think. Maybe? Maybe. That would be a ton of... No, it's not a good synergy. That is spun. Oh, there it is. Pretty fly. Now that was worthwhile. So his disciples start making more disciples of all the nations, and what I'm reciting to you is effectively the story of the Book of Acts, starting now. It starts off with believers in Jerusalem who start the world's first non-profit, kind of. I mean, second non-profit. The first was some... It was some program in Rome specifically designed to... It like gave poor people wheat for free. But the reason why it existed in the first place was because one of the emperors, I forget which one, was not very popular with the poor people. The poor people, yeah, that's how we talk about ourselves. This is the depths too. There's a shop. I did want to see the shop. Anything else? Anything better? I don't particularly want that. I guess I'll take that. Maybe? Sure. The world! Very nice. Give me something good. That's actually very good. And I will use this. Joker! Alright. What are you? Wheel of Fortune. Still no. Well, okay, I'll use this here. It is not an angel room. That is upsetting. I don't have any guppy items. Yeah, I'll just continue. Wait. Just saw that. Whoa, okay. That's pretty good. Look at that damage. Oh, that's beautiful. Ah, I feel vindicated. Kill him too, please. Fire. 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 There we go. It worked. Yeah, I know you can't give me an actual pill anymore. I'm not gonna take that. Actually, no, I will. The bean, and now I re-roll. I will take Virgo. And I'll take halitosis. That's not what this item is called, I forget. Well, I mean, I just saw what it's called, but I always forget. Oh, yes! Okay, I have keys. I don't have luck. What am I talking about? My stated goal is the same. Beat the lamb as Isaac. And I have no reason not to go to Hush. I'll use this here. Yeah, I'll check out what this is. And I have the Bloody Crown, which means I get item rooms on the womb. Okay. Can I get a fire? Okay, back to the narrative of the Book of Acts. So, I see that. So the disciples create a, again, a sort of non-profit in a way. I won't take the Emperor. This is too good to pass up. Between the Empress and Strength as well. So they start collecting clothing and food and giving a whole bunch of stuff to the poor. And for a while, they're all right. But then as their movement grows, they're brought before the high priests or the Sanhedrin, the Jewish High Council, not just the high priest. Yes. No, thank you. And whoa, buddy. The first time they're brought before the Sanhedrin, they're let off with sort of a warning. But then as their movement grows and grows, and lots of people convert to this new religion, which is initially called the Way, or the followers of the Way, because that's all ever Jesus referred to himself as. Whoa. Very nice. Oh, I could have done that again. Right, I have 2 charges. Whatever. Do I want a cube of meat? Not really. Latchkey, luck. And keys. How close am I? 23. Doing fantastic. That's how close I am. Beautiful. So they're let off with a warning the first time, but as they grow, eventually they are brought back into, or before, the Jewish High Council, in which they're so... The early disciples are so convicted of their truth that it causes the members of the Sanhedrin to go a little bit cuckoo, in that they insist on having everyone who's part of this movement killed. Yikes. And the first martyr in Christianity is Stephen. And it says they rush at him as he had the face of an angel. Whatever that should mean. Maybe that does mean something important. Well, I mean, it certainly means that he has some sort of innocence or holiness to him, right? Yes? Yes. With the bouncing. That's the thing I was curious about. That's why I hesitated. So, this early movement, again, only known as the Way, goes underground. It is rejected from Jerusalem, effectively. Rejected by Jerusalem. Rejected by the Jews as a whole. Yeah, I guess I can take that. And... Oh. Where he go? There he go. Soul heart, please. It is rejected by the Jews, and then disperses. This early religion disperses across the Greco-Roman world. Very nice. What else could I get? Yeah, I'll take that. And now, Hush. So it is distributed to a number of Greek... really? Whatever. To a number of Greek and Roman cities. Among them is Antioch, which is where the term Christian is derived. If I was gonna reroll one of these, actually I can reroll twice. Let's see, I don't have any fly items. Definitely really reroll this. I'll take Varicose, I guess. And I'll reroll this as well. Rotten Tomato, excellent. and I have no purpose for money, so I'll just buy and buy and buy again. I don't need Game Kid. Alright. So one prominent figure in the early church was this guy named Paul, who was a Pharisee, who murdered a few Christians. Although, you know, to be a little kinder to him, it was heresy that was deserving death from the Jewish perspective. Even so, by his own account, he murdered Christians, and then one day, while on the road to a city called Damascus, Jesus specifically appeared before him and asked why Paul persecutes him, and Paul realized that this means that Christianity is the truth somehow. And sometime later, Paul begins his ministry completely independent of everything else that is going on with the Way and with early Christianity. Paul travels a bunch, spreading the gospel, that is the good news of salvation, that Jesus and his death allows all people to enter heaven, so long as you accept his gift, that is. It is a gift that is freely offered to everyone, but that does not mean that everyone will receive it. Certainly, there's a lot to talk about there. That gets into theology. Fart baby, great. Well, that's that. Let's see. Down we go. Should I have taken that Eternal Heart so I have more to trade with? Maybe. Whoa! Now that's some damage. So Paul plants a whole bunch of churches in this early period of the Christian church in general. Did I just unlock that? I think I did, didn't I? Isaac's head? Anyway, he plants a whole bunch of churches, and he's really proud of the fact that he's doing this independently of the more direct disciples of Jesus, so that he is not simply preaching what they are preaching, but he is preaching the truth as he came to understand it, not someone else's message. And here we are, the redemption arc. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. Beautiful. Mom's knife. What have we got to trade? I will take this. And I'll take this. And yeah, I guess I use it. And then I'll use this. Backstabber's pretty good with what I've got going on. That does nothing for me. That is okay. One more. Maybe? Maybe. Ah! Great. And with that, I guess I will take it. And you too. Why not? Just for fun. Because I am having fun again. This is fun. Whoa! That wasn't very fun, but in a way it's still kind of fun. Anyway, Paul's various churches that he plants are all great. I mean, there's some drama with them and all, but that's fine. The narrative picks back up, really, when Paul goes around to his churches collecting money to eventually donate to Jerusalem, to the church in Jerusalem. Again, where there's a lot of active persecution taking place. And when he gets there, he gets arrested, and he stays in prison for many years, but then he goes and wants to be brought before Caesar to preach the gospel to him. And then the book of Acts ends, and we don't know whatever became of that. Presumably not much. Yes. Give me that speed. And I'll take it. I'll take it. Whoa. This is wild. Here we go. Not my first time pacing the lamb. Definitely not my last either, but this should allow me to unlock the lost. And again, I'm careful with my wording there, because it will indeed allow me to unlock the lost. No, I almost said yes there. That was terrifying. And that is that done. And now, you know, since I'm here, while I've got this run going, whoa. Anyway, that is the general narrative of the New Testament, because there really isn't much narrative. Oh boy. I will keep these two. There isn't much narrative to the various epistles in the New Testament. Of course, there is a lot of narrative to the Book of Revelations, but that absolutely deserves its own separate episode, if not multiple, because not only is it difficult to interpret, it's also something you need to be careful with when interpreting, because there are going to be people that interpret it their own ways. I want to open that. Oh, that's so good. Well, I guess that's it. Here goes. Actually, I shouldn't say nothing, because this is I'm very confident in this run now. Oh yeah. This is great. Get away from me. Stop that. I don't want to lose my crown. Dead immediately. Dead immediately. Alright, let's go. The slump has been broken out of. I just want to step back and appreciate this a little bit. Oh, my crown! Oh well. I'll have another. Okay, now, time to figure out where I'm going. Don't need that anymore. Whoa, bit of lag there. That was unusual. Oh, this feels so nice. Maybe that doesn't come across well because to you, you know, it's been a few days since, well, it's been 2 days of slump in a row, and then today, but for me, this is all in the same evening. Let's see, that could be delirium. And I don't really care if it is. But it's not. Whoa. I'll take the sausage, absolutely. Neither of these can be delirium. Hey, welcome back. I'm gonna lose my crown again. If I'm not careful. Oh, well, I wasn't expecting that. You know, normally when I fight the lamb, I don't get far enough into the fight to face that. No. No thanks. Just gone. Absolutely gone, and there's Bookworm, too. Ah! Well, time to win. Isn't it nice to have a delirium run where I don't need to check every single boss room? Because I already have a build strong enough to just win. It's so refreshing. Now, it is a shame that I couldn't get much larger. But beggars can't be choosers. Oh, there goes my crown. And that killed him. The varicose veins killed him. Good build. Good run. Good night. The D Infinity. Much better item than it used to be. Alright. Well, with that, I will call this a success. Get that out of here. There we go. So I hope you learned something today. Maybe you didn't, but I mean, I feel like what I talked about is fairly generally well known, but you never know. The audience can be just about anyone, you know? So I hope you learned something. And even if you didn't, I hope you were entertained. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care.